I already knew Stoic philosophy prior to writing this, the forthcoming book on happiness and the good life, but I delved much deeper into it, and I was astounded by the profundity of some of those guys. So here's what would often happen. I would come up with a thought that I thought was absolutely unique to me. Oh, I think I just got a big philosophical breakthrough. Then I would delve into Stoic philosophy and I'd say, ah, shit, Epictetus already said that 2,000 years ago, which then reminded me of something that some of you may know him, Nassim Taleb, who's also Lebanese, who certainly is a honey badger, maybe too much of a honey badger. He can go after people in a pretty intense way on social media. One time we were chatting and he was, ribbing on me. He was joking. He said, I really don't know, Gad, what you study in psychology, because everything that there is to say about human nature and psychology, the ancient Greeks have already said it. Now, of course, he was kind of teasing me, but after reading not just the Stoics, but certainly the Stoics, I said, I think he might be onto something. I mean, I don't know what was in the water with these guys, but my goodness, they were profound. So yes, I know, I'm very impressed with Stoic philosophy. Probably the singular nugget that, shocked me the most, not shocked me, but kind of made me even think more highly of them, was the idea that CBT, which is cognitive behavior therapy, which is of all therapeutic approaches, contemporary therapeutic approaches in a clinical setting, CBT is probably the one that's been most studied and been shown to be effective. The idea being that cognitive behavior therapy is that, oftentimes we suffer in terms of our mental health because we're holding incorrect cognitions about certain phenomena. And if now the therapist can gently reorient your cognitions in a more realistic way, then hopefully your behavioral patterns would change and you'll be happier. Well, I mean, that's exactly at the root of Stoic philosophy. So even though the Stoics did not have the empirical testing, the scientific method to test the empirical validation, I mean, they were just using a philosophical framework to argue these points. They were the original cognitive behavior therapists. And so it's quite astounding that someone 2,500 years ago walking around in a robe with sandals in a completely different era was able to come up with such profundity. So thumbs up to the Stoics.